Time now for the Educated Retirement Show with your host, Jay Kaplan. Jay discusses reverse mortgages and can answer your questions at 951-922-3532. Call lines are open at 951-922-3532. And now here's Jay.
Well, hello. Here is Jay. And so there. Anyway, we were having a little bit of Skype-ness, but I think we're okay now, so I'm moving some stuff around. And anyway, welcome to the Educated Retirement Radio. And this is Jay Kaplan, and where we best contemplate retirement and how to best stay retired. So let's all just be thankful that we have friends in this time and keep talking to them. I'm using video like Zoom, Hangouts, and Skype more than ever. And I think we should all try to really see each other's faces since we cannot really get there in person. And my wife and I, we were part of a Passover celebration last evening. And why not keep doing that when we can't easily drive to a family or a friend's celebrations? Why haven't we been doing that for the past several years? So let's keep doing that, not as a substitute to see people or a reason not to drive over there, but there's a lot of times you just can't, and therefore we need to find a different way to keep things going. So keep calling everybody that you know. Keep letting them see you if you can. And keep us all from going nuts. So let's keep doing the same. And please call, email, or visit. I think you'll want to video visit for now. drheckham.com, drhecm.com, and theeducatedretirement.com. Or just give me an email at bestloantoday@gmail.com, at bestloantoday@gmail.com. So be sure to jump over to the YouTube channels link about halfway down the first page. There's a lot there, including all of the shows and separate segments of the guests, as well as some more entertaining short snippets, which I hope you enjoy and I hope are somewhat humorous. But please subscribe on the YouTube page while you're there, and there's so much other information there. And you can get all that information and all the different videos on the website with no obligation. You don't have to leave any of your information, but you can, and it's always private. We always respect your privacy. Remember, off-air phone number, 866-955-2233, 866-955-2233, where knowledge is power. And when it comes to the Heckham or any other reverse product, know the facts, compare the numbers. It's much too important an issue to ignore. And you don't really want to eliminate it based on not understanding it. Remember that equity availability programs, because that's what it is. It's equity liquidity. Like this, it's not a belief system. It's not a religion. It's just math. But the flexibility and security it gives is so much more than math. So call me, 866-955-2233, bestloantoday@gmail.com, or Dr. Heckham, drhecm.com, for the website. And why? Because you need to know more about the choices you really have and how to protect what you already have. I've got a team of experts, and you're going to hear another one today, that can and will help you. So please make use of them. Call me, and I can direct you to anyone that you hear on this show, and others too. Or look for them on that YouTube station, because all the contact information is always given on the videos. Therefore, one more time, 866-955-2233. My day job is at the Loan Source. Loan Source NMLS number is 834565, and Department of Real Estate is 792630. And you know, we believe in challenging the status quo, and we believe in people and families being more active rather than reactive. So, what is today for us lushes? It is Salvation Army Founders Day. And for some reason, I know Salvation Army may or may not like this, always seems to remind me of Guys and Dolls. And I think you know why. Frank Sinatra and Nathan Detroit and all of that good stuff. But the term, and I find this is pretty interesting, the term on the wagon, here's where it came from. It came from the Salvation Army because they had a hay wagon back in the days, and they would drive it around encouraging alcoholics to jump onto the wagon, and the wagon would drive them to a Salvation Army location to dry out with a lot of care. So since it's been raining here locally, it's time for me to go dry out, and I'll just take a couple minutes to do that. Don't go away. Be back soon, and stay dry, stay safe, and healthy. Welcome back to the Educated Retirement Radio here on your home planet, 1490 KMET AM radio. Whew, the mighty Met. Don't forget, www.theeducatedretirementradio.com. Don't forget my off-air number, 866-955-2233, 866-955-2233. Ask for me or ask for anyone we have had on the show, or even if not, there's probably somebody we can refer to you just for some help. Never any obligation. So whose birthday might this be today? Martin Denny. And I should have told you, Sean, if you could find some Martin Denny for music thing, but I'm always late. At least I'm there. Anyway, Martin jumped on this pile in 1911 and rolled off in 2005. I've probably got 25 of his albums. Almost none of them are playable, so I'm still looking. But he was one of the more famous. Liberty Records wasn't that old, and when I think of Liberty Records, I think of Martin Denny and Julie London. So there. Anyway, Martin Denny is considered the father of lounge music. Now, I more think of that as easy listening, not lounge, but so be it. If that's the recognition he's been given by the world, he can have lounge music. But for me, I don't know, do you remember the Lounge Lizards with John Lurie? If not, remember he was in that Stranger Than Paradise, Jim Jarmusch film, and he was also, as an old guy like my age, looking so much different than he did in any of those films or on his early records as the Lounge Lizard. He was on, what was his name? Kathleen Tony, the guy that committed suicide not that long ago, the chef. She'll remember. What's that? Anthony Bourdain. He was on one of the last Anthony Bourdain shows. And thank you, Sean. Sean's a lot younger than me, but he's got a memory left. Quiet Village, great. Let me get that. Quiet Village. I've got about 6 of these albums. None of them that sound that good. I'm still looking, but I couldn't find one. So I got too many records, so I printed a picture there of one of it for you. Oh, as long as we're doing music, there's some more stuff. These are conglomerates, so get the CCC, get these little things, and then I can transfer them onto, for the car and for whenever I'm in that kind of mood. And, well, as long as it's show and tell time, before we move on, let me show this. All the covers were kind of the same. All the music was kind of the same also, but most of it good. So Quiet Village was the first of the so-called nature sounds of the exotic music of Martin Denny, or that he is said to have created. So during a booking at a place called the Shell Bar on Oahu, it was an outdoor place, and they started playing, and so did the frogs. They started croaking, that is. Then the music stopped, so the frogs stopped. Same union. This continued the rest of the night and the rest of the time they played there, and the rest is, as they say, history. David Harbour was born in 1975. My wife just got a text from him, and she just texted back saying, happy birthday. David Harbour puts his phone number out for everybody. It's probably a different one, but anybody can do that. The star of Stranger Things. Since we're showing records, I've got a couple of these, one from season 1 and one from season 2. And, it's kind of, see if you can open that. I think there's some cool pictures inside. I don't know. But it's, Stranger Things is a series based on the very true, and I meant the gatefold thing. All right, that's all right. This will work. There you go. And, there's David right there. See him? Say hello. Okay. And we even have trading cards. I don't know if we have time for them, but we'll try to make. And if you want to trade for them, you got to call me. You know that number. Okay? Anyway, that series, Stranger Things, it's based on very, very true, I won't say a true story, but very true rumors about Montauk, New York. And it had to do with what happened in Montauk had to do with MK Ultra, among other top secret CIA thingies. It had to do with exploring and going to parallel universes, i.e. the Upside Down. A lot of remote viewing, time travel is said to have happened there. And mind control, so think Sirhan. And there was a thing called the Montauk chair. I just sat in the chair and sneezed. Also had to do with hundreds of missing children. Now, I really read this not too long ago, that the United States, and this of course includes runaways, but there are anywhere from 400 to 800,000 missing children every year in this country, but a lot of them went there. And they were kidnapped anyway, the working title for Stranger Things while it was being filmed for the first season was, in fact, Montauk. So Max von Sydow, 1929, and unfortunately just passed away in 2010. Swedish actor with more than 150 films, and just to name a few, he was the Exorcist in The Exorcist, 3 Days of the Condor, Dune, Minority Report, Shutter Island. Oh, of course. What is this? Oh, Linda Blair's Autograph, of course, as you can recognize. And, also, just to let you know that, you know what? I didn't write this to remember anything, but we're coming to that in the next one. Omar Sharif was also born on this day. Chuck Connors was born on this day. And Brian Setzer. And I just listened to his album Vroom this morning in his honor. But there were no emails or texts to him or back. But anyway, good stuff. And with that good stuff, we'll get you to some more good stuff with Sean and back to the station. And thanks, Sean, and hang with us. Well, if you listen to that advertisement, you can hear people do sell solutions. I give solutions, and solutions need to be what you need to be looking for. 866-95 866-955 2233. I just wanted to make sure it was still there because things move around in this universe. So, what happened on this day? 1953, House of Wax was premiered. What do I have? Oh, I don't have too much on House of Wax itself, but we do get to see it from time to time, especially Sven Gulli. Now, Sean, you ever watch Sven Gulli?
No, I don't think so.
Boy, and I always thought you were so educated and had so much class and culture. Channel 25 on Saturday nights, Sven Gulli.
What year was that, Jay?
Right now,
Really?
it's current. Yeah, tomorrow night. What's on Sven Gulli, Kathleen, tomorrow night? Do you know? Don't know. Anyway, he
From
he
This Island Earth.
oh, This Island Earth is, and that's a great film from that was one of the major. I think like the two major science fiction weird movies from the 50s was This Island Earth, and of course Forbidden Planet, which was very high budget, and Shakespeare's The Tempest in outer space. But in any way, the first 3D film was The House of Wax, which premiered on this day in 1953. It was the first 3D film from a major studio and in stereophonic sound. And it revitalized the career of Vincent Price, who was only doing supporting roles. Now, he had big supporting roles, I think, as you recall, in a lot of films. And Laura and a lot of, he was very important, but he was never, the top thing. But now he was in high demand for such things as The Tingler, and House on Haunted Hill, which were both William Castle films. Maybe he was in some others. Now, William Castle was immortalized, although he didn't need any immortalizing. He was immortalized in Joe Dante, and here's an autograph of Joe Dante, in this film, Matinee, which I still think is tremendously entertaining. And there was William Castle with a cigar. And I think Jesse White, if that's his name, played a short scene of William Castle himself. We had actually gone to a 3D festival at America Cinematheque. Who signed this? Oh, John Landis. Okay, speaking of John Landis. Oh, that was Joe Dante. This was John Landis. And we went there to see a bunch of 3D movies, America Cinematheque at the Egyptian Theater in L.A. Just to remind you, we also got for ourselves a whole bunch of 3D trailers with, that's right, glasses. Remember the two-tone glasses? Yep, I do. I'm that old. So, but in the Tingler, they put buzzers under some of the seats so that every now and then, just like they did in the movie Matinee, so they, every now and then a buzzer would go off and people would scream. House on Haunted Hill had a skeleton float out of the ceiling, but our man here, Vincent, he was also in Mask of the Red Death, The Abominable Dr. Phibes, and The Return of the Good Doctor. Now, those were a little gruesome for its time. I thought they were way out in front, but they were so well made. The Pit and the Pendulum and the other Roger Corman series of all the Edgar Allan Poe films. He was also an avid art collector. He wrote several cookbooks, and his grandfather actually invented baking powder. Now, the other thing that happened on this date, which is, not a highlight, but a big deal, is the Titanic actually set sail on its maiden voyage on this day in 1912. So with that, I'll give you one more minute. So remember, in terms of its financial impact and implications, no market, investor, and consumer has been spared the effects of the COVID-19 coronavirus epidemic. However, there are still some opportunities that can be taken advantage of in the midst of this particular turbulent climate, according to financial columnist and author Eric Brotman in a new column at Forbes. One such opportunity would be a reverse mortgage. So we'll get more into that a bit later, but just to let you know what other people, such as people that write in Forbes, have to say. And with that, we're going to make room and time for our guest, who will be coming with us pretty soon. So let's let Sean take it away. And please stay with us, and thank you.